Welcome back to Hood Fishing, everybody. It is insanely windy out here in this part of East Texas today. We have lake wind advisories all over the place. It is currently on the weather apps across the board saying 17 miles per hour, but it is gusting way over that out here. So I'm in a nature preserve. It's the Mineola Nature Preserve. I chose to come out here and fish today because I think I can get out of the wind, but not on this pond here. Look at how crazy that water is blowing from that fountain there. There's some fish knocking off here, like little perch and stuff, but we want to go do a little adventure down the hill, look for some good stuff. Come on, let's do it. I'm trying to walk away from this little pond and I keep seeing fish knocking off right out there. Ooh, tempted. Can't resist. Oh, goodness me, there's fish here. Don't know if it's bass or... Ooh, there's a bite. There's got to be some bass in this little pond. This is a very small pond, but there's a lot of fish knocking off right now. The trick is to fish this Cinco where the water is not rough. It's kind of protected from the wind there. These little pockets where the water looks clear, where the reflection looks clear. There are fish in there too. Big snake right here, you see it? Woo! That's a good size one. Yes, got him. Hey, a little dink before I even got on my way. Yeah, you're right. Catching fish in the wind. Nice. Going back. You got it. Yeah, come on. Yeah, you go. Yeah, you're right. I bet you're asking, why bother fishing in this kind of wind? Well, today is the third day of a warming trend. It is a high of about 70 degrees today, and what we're looking at is actually a cold front coming through. It's not going to really get here till the wee hours of the morning, but tomorrow is going to be cold. So today's going to be better than tomorrow, I think. I still might try to fish tomorrow, but I want to fish today too, so that's why I've chosen this area, because there are a lot of places where it's out of the wind. As I get deep down the trail, you're going to see a bunch of trees, and that's really going to give me an advantage. But if you look at how this pond, this little tiny pond that we're at, see it's low over there, and look at this, look at how it's built. See this high dam that's right behind me, and look at that. This is on a frisbee course as well. I'm not going to get hit in the head today, so this is a good day to be out here fishing, because there's no hippies out here throwing disc. I hope. I have been hit before by frisbees. Don't want that to happen today. It's not fun. The wind blew my rod down. Yeah, the worst part of the wind is hitting this dam, so protecting a good portion of the pond where I can fish without too many problems. There are some wind problems on it. I don't even know if it has fish. I don't know if I'm going to even cast, but let's try. A portion of this pond is segmented by a fence running across it actually. I'm going to throw it over there by it. This is a watermelon red Yamamoto Cinco that we're fishing weightless. It's not always easy to fish weightless in this kind of wind, but if you can find places that are protected, you can get away with it. You want to fish it slow. You want to fish a place where the wind is not going to put a big bow in your line, because it's going to affect your fishing. It's going to affect that Cinco. To avoid that, you can put the rod tip down to where the wind isn't hitting it so bad. The higher you have this rod tip up in that wind, the more of a bow that will develop, and it'll actually push the bait out of where you're trying to fish it. You might still catch fish though. Pond number 3 on today's journey. As you can see, it's protected a bit by trees and this high bank here, which used to be a railway, used to be a track coming through here. This is what we call a rail trail that we're walking on now. I know that there's bass and crappie in here, but I've mostly just caught them further on past where you see all these standing dead timber. Back in here where we're at, there's a bunch of bluegill and other sunfish. Let's see if we can get us a piece of cut bait here to take further down the trail. Over the years, you've mostly seen me fish a drop shot to get a little bit of cut bait if you've been with me for a long time. If you haven't, I appreciate you being here. So today we're going to do something different because there's a lot of wood here and we want to be able to fish further out without getting snagged, and it's fairly shallow. So even though it's super windy, we're going to fish under a float with a size 6 Aberdeen, a bit of red wiggler. We only got a little over a foot. I've chosen a smaller float this time because the bigger the float, the more the wind will affect it. And we're going to put this in places where the wind isn't hitting the water so much. We'll talk about that more later. Let's get this baited up. To bait this up with about half a red wiggler, we're just going to thread it up. If you like, you can leave a little hanging off. I don't think it's going to be necessary today. All right, let's climb up here so you don't have to have the rail in your face. All right, guys, if you look down here, right to the side of my shadow here, you're going to see a log in the water, and there's some fish right around it. When you look at this water, you'll notice that the bit where the float is looks about as clear as a mirror. That's because the wind's not hitting it. And if you look out further, it's going to look speckled. It's going to look kind of slightly torn up. That's where the wind is going to affect that float even more. It's pretty looking pretty good right there. I think we need to take some depth out of our line. Oh, got us a fish. That didn't take long. Yeah, you're right. Nice little tiny bluegill. Let's get one more. We're going to dispatch this real quick and put it in the bag. Got him. Yeah, you're right. Second piece, and it's a little bigger than the first piece. We're in good hands now. All right, down the rail trail we go with our bait. Let's see what else we can get down here. There's some other species I want to get into, and they're down here. Look at this to the side, guys. You guys see that down there? That's a slough, pretty much a swamp. This rail trail is taking me down through the river bottoms. There's a lot of stuff like that here. And at the end of this trail is the Sabine. I'm not going to go that far today. Look at this. All right, this is called Beaver Pond. If you look right here, there are beavers. Now this pond is fed by a slough over here. It's the same slough that we were just walking along on this rail trail. The wind is bad here still, but it's a little protected in parts and a little not protected in other parts. The wind keeps changing. It was out of the west when we started. Now it's coming out of the north. And yeah, it is what it is. We should be able to fish now. This is bass and shoe pig territory. That's why we have cut bait. Let's see what we can get here. I'm excited. Always excited when I'm fishing. First off, we're gonna look for bowfin with cut bait under a float. I know that I just said something about the smaller the float, the less the wind will affect it. We're gonna use a bigger float this time. Here, see that? One of those normal ones, because I need a bigger one. To compensate, we have more weight here. And we're using a 4-aught octopus hook. Put that on there, make sure there's no scales on the tip. Now, this leader is 30-pound mono in case some teeth hit it. It should hold up pretty good. Our main line is 20-pound braid, and this is on one of my ugly sticks. So this is the slough right here. We will try the pond as well, but we're gonna try this because I've seen some activity already. We're going to just put it out there towards the middle and just let it float. Once it works its way closer to the bank, we might actually have a better chance of catching a bowfin. I'm gonna try this for a little bit, and then I think I might wanna throw it out further to let it drift along that to where it gets close to this grass line across from us. Bowfin like to hang out real close to the bank sometimes to ambush prey. But if they're out moving around, they'll find that cut bait. All right, I've been working the pond for a while and the wind is getting worse, so we're switching it up. We're going with a June bug speed worm with 1/16 ounce of weight, and I've left it sliding. I've been going around in circles, back and forth, all around the pond several times, fishing the slough. Nothing on the float, so we're going to put this on the bottom and keep trying to throw artificials for bass and shoe pick. Let's see if there's any catfish in here. I think there are. I've been told that there are. There's something. Oh, here we go. Nice. Got him. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's a decent fish. Decent fish at the last minute. We're losing the light. Oh, yeah. Let's ski him in. Nice. Nice on the speed worm. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Couldn't be happier, man. Nice hook up in the corner of the mouth. Nice. Definitely over a pound. A chunky little guy. Yeah, well, he ain't really little, is he? Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Moving as fast as we can, people. Moving as fast as we can. Trying to get a weight on this fish. This is Mitchell right next to me. We were guessing maybe 2 pounds. Look at that. Check it out, Mitchell. 2.47. Now, the grips are probably the 47. So I'm going to be fair here and shake it at 2 pounds. That's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say this fish is 2 pounds. That is a decent fish. Let's let it go. Yeah. There you go. Thanks, man. I really appreciate that. That was awesome. The whole time I've been bouncing back and forth, back and around, and all that good stuff around this pond, doing the slough. I know I'm not making much sense, but I'm still just excited about that fish. So what's up with this pond is that you have to fish this shallow bit. There's not a lot of open places where you can get out in deeper water. And the whole time I've been here bouncing around, I've been seeing the fish more active out in that deeper water. It's hard to get to them. There's a couple places you can cast out to them. But now that we're getting close to sunset, there's bigger fish closer in where it's shallow here on what I'm going to call the ring. As you see, there's a ring here, and then right out in front of us, there's all this dead stuff and grass. And Mitchell he's been here for a bit. He's starting to get some nice bass out of here. He got a dink, but he lost a big one. Oh, shoot. Man, damn. I just realized that I'm covered in fire ants. Oh, can it get any better? Took care of the fire ant situation as best I could. We're losing light. Gotta go soon, but it seems to be turning on a little better. Fish are coming closer in. We're gonna try around this beaver lodge. There we go. There's another one. Nice. Oh, you stinker, man. All right, guys, we have the end of the day sing-song going on here in full force. Sunset is beautiful. Unfortunately, it is time to go. We're losing the light. This place closes. I have plenty of time to get out of here, but I need to get out of here now. Always nice to catch a halfway decent fish when you've been fishing all day and seeing the fish out of your reach. So I'm well pleased. I caught a nice one, I think, and I lost a nice one. It was well worth it. Didn't get my shoe pick today, but that's okay. I'll get them another day. Hope you learned something. I sure did. Like, subscribe to the channel and all that. Oh, I'm still excited. I can't talk. Well, you know how it goes. See you next time.